In example 4, we need to change this into standard form and also identify which conic it is. And if you are following along and you watch examples 1, 2, and 3, we had an ellipse, we had a parabola, and a hyperbola. And you guessed it, this is going to be a circle. Here's why. Each term is being squared, or at least each variable is being squared, the x and the y. So it's definitely not a parabola. And if we take a look, we've got a positive 4 as a coefficient of x squared and a positive 4 as a coefficient of y squared. And whenever those signs are the same, it's going to be an ellipse or a circle. If they're opposite of each other, one is negative, one is positive, then it's a hyperbola. So this is definitely not a hyperbola. So we've ruled two of them out. It could be an ellipse or a circle. Ellipse is, you can think of it as kind of just like a stretched circle. And so if we look at this 4 here and this 4, they are the same. So when they're the same like that, it's going to be a circle. Here's how it's going to look if we change this out. And we're going to do the same procedure we did for the ellipse and hyperbola. Very similar. We're going to group the x terms together. So we've got 4x squared and a negative 24x. We've got a positive 4y squared and a positive 16y. And then we don't want this constant here, this 51 on the left side, so we're going to move it to the right. Of course, if you move it, you just subtract it from each side in this case. And so you've got a negative 51 there. Now we can just go ahead and factor out whatever coefficient is right here. So we've got a 4 to factor out. This should be negative 6x. We're going to leave a little space. And then we've got a 4 here, and then a y squared plus 4y. Leave a little bit of space. Didn't do anything to the negative 51, it just stays. Completing the square, we've got half of negative 6, which is negative 3 squared, is positive 9. And then this one should be half of 4, which is 2 squared, and that's going to be 4. 4 times 9 is 36, so we'll have to add that to the right. And then 4 times 4 is 16. So we'll have to add that to the right as well. Now we'll just FOIL or factor this guy out. So we've got x minus 3 quantity squared, 4 times y plus 2 quantity squared. And let's see what we have over here. 36 and 16 is, that should be 52. And then negative 51 and 52 is positive 1. We'll divide by 4 this time. We want to get rid of those for a circle. We want to get rid of these coefficients that are hanging out front there. So we will just be left with x minus 3 quantity squared plus y plus 2 quantity squared is equal to 1/4. We now have the center of the circle at 3, negative 2. And the radius would be the square root of 1/4, which is 1/2. Kind of a goofy radius, but it works. Fractions are numbers as well. So here's your standard form. It definitely is a circle.